Hello, I'm the Raging Beard. Welcome to the third and final part of my Road to Thruxton series. So I've done it, I've driven around the track and it was amazing. I had a beautiful clear blue sky day, so lucky with the weather. And the first thing I've got to say, if you get any chance to do a track day of any kind, you've got to do it. It's just amazing. The experience of doing it for real, feeling the G-forces and etc. just in real life, it was amazing, and I can see how it could become, you know, a passion and a hobby, an expensive one, and something you could get addicted to. Unfortunately, I don't have that luxury, but yeah, it's just phenomenal. Really do it. So I'll just tell you a few things about the day in case you're thinking about it, or Thruxton in particular, before we jump into the video proper. So it's always on offer. If you look on their own website or Experience Day websites, generally it's never at full price, but I think the price changes a lot throughout the year. But keep your eye on it, and it's good value for money, I'd say, Thruxton, compared to other places I've seen. Time wise, you know, I had the racing car experience, which you get driven around as a passenger, plus then you do a drive, then another drive, and then you get to go around in a fast lap as a passenger. My slot was 8:30 in the morning. That's when the driver's briefing is. If you get the early slot, you get a free extra fast passenger ride, and because that comes with the package anyway, I had two, so I gave one to my dad, so we were both in the car at the same time, the VRS, getting driven around. That was good. So that's worth doing, plus you avoid the traffic, and with that in mind, it's an hour's travel or so from here. I was still home by lunchtime, so the day runs pretty quick. They don't, you know, hold you around unnecessarily. Well, obviously they want to get more people through as quick as possible. When you get there, the hospitality centre or whatever it is really nice. We got crappy food on the way, but if you get there, they got a nice canteen. The prices were reasonable, so we wish we'd waited. Obviously you can buy merchandise, your photos and stuff now. Videos, you want your videos of the day. Obviously I wanted mine. For 2 cars it was 35 quid, and they just give you links and you get them on email and you just download them. Yeah, I knew it's going to be expensive, but that's how it is. Photos likewise, if you want one, I think like A4 size photo, it was 25 or 35 quid. I didn't bother with that, obviously. Yeah, so how the day ran, you get there, you go to the reception, sort of sign up. If you want your videos, you take a little bit you fill out to the media centre, give that to them. They give you a USB stick which you hand to your instructor. Then you have your driver's briefing, and you literally go straight out to the cars, get driven round 1 lap by an instructor, and then straight into the Porsche Cayman. Do that, jump out straight into your helmet, gloves and boots, into the race car, do that, and then you're done. So it is a quick day in a good way. Couple of things I wasn't expecting, not that it makes really any issues, is the Porsche Cayman was flappy paddles, which is good. I've never driven a flappy paddle car, so I like that. And the race car wasn't the race car I was expecting. They said my shoulders were too broad. They meant I'm too fat for the single-seater, the Formula Renault. So I was put in this other thing, this Sports 2000 job, which apparently is bigger as a 2-litre. So yeah, but I didn't mind that at all. Anyway, so let's just jump into the videos, and I'll waffle on a little bit as I do while we watch them. Okay, so first up, I get 3 laps around in this Porsche Cayman. I've literally just been driven around once by the instructor. I wasn't in a Porsche, I was in one of the Skodas in the back seat. And yeah, straight out of that, straight into this white Cayman, and off we go. Obviously you get the little track map here, which is quite cool, little speedo down there. Sadly you don't get any of that with the racing car part of things. But yeah, let's just crack on. Really surreal being there, for real, because it is well represented in the mod.
So you're out in the race car a bit later on, are you?
Yeah. I don't sound very enthusiastic, you know, that's just me, but I am. I'm more excited than I look.
Follow these blue cones out after the last one. Just have a quick look.
Helicopter there. It is a working airfield as well.
Looks good. onto the circuit. Aiming for the yellow cone just over there.
And I really did know exactly where I was going. Hopefully that shows, but he's telling me what to do. But doing it, the amount of times I did it in sim, despite having the cones, this was just exactly where I expected, you know, to turn in and turn.
Back for this yellow one. Squeeze on a bit of power. By the red.
We're doing it for real.
Yellow.
Sometimes I need a reminder to feed on the power.
Back on the power.
Oh yeah, I could go a lot quicker.
Looking up for that red cone over there. Good. From the red, nice and straight, then turn quite late.
I think as it goes on, he doesn't talk as much.
Keep the car back to the left now before we go right.
Fortunately, you don't get time. It's not about getting the quickest time around the track, and you can't really time it from the video. Not finish line to finish line. You're told in the briefing over the start finish line around that whole area go slow. There's no hard and fast rule to it exactly. Some people seem to black through, some go slow. So I just took it easy and picked up again after that section. So that kind of, you know, means you're not got a full high speed lap.
Back onto the power now.
This is flat out here.
Full power. All the way to the yellow cone, then just lift off the power.
And then traffic in front, which you really don't want traffic in front.
Down to third. Nice.
Right out to the left, which is what I knew to do anyway. I feel confident, you know, the lap would have looked the same with or without the instructor there, personally. Okay, you get 3 laps and you get stuck behind another car. Obviously a lot of people doing this aren't really enthusiasts per se, you know, this will be something maybe very different from what they usually do. Someone's bought them this experience. They might not be into cars as much as some people, just trying something new.
Bit of braking down to third, follow him through the chicane.
Like, look at the line this guy takes.
Yellow,
Totally botches it.
Good. You watch the ground you make up.
Like I said, watch the ground you make up. Yeah.
Squeeze on the power.
And he does let me by.
Right. Yeah.
3 laps, yeah, it's not enough because I'd get quick. You know, the final lap, obviously, I get quicker. I get up to 125, 130 mile an hour or whatever. So you're always going to get quicker. And I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I'm sure many people have gone there and done much better laps than me. But from my day, from my side of things, and watching people, from what my family saw and what the instructor said, I was quicker than most, it seemed, on that day anyway. And I think that's all paid off just from learning the lines. One less thing to worry about.
Keep going to the red. A little dab of brakes. Off the brakes. To the yellow. It's back on the power. Let the car go out wide. Full power.
Truly a phenomenal experience, man. Right out there, yeah, right out there to the left. Here we go, 3rd and final lap. See, I've just taken it easy through here. I mean, you're meant to. Tiff the Dale goes through pretty much sideways while you're watching, though.
Wait to the yellow and then pick the power back up at the yellow cone.
And then we're off. 3rd and final lap in the Porsche Cayman.
Now look up at the yellow cone. Perfect. Car in a nice straight line for braking. Hard brake down to 3rd to the red. Off the brakes.
Could be wider.
Well done. Well done. Back on the power.
So I could have picked up the power there earlier. He had to tell me back on the power. Yeah, yellow flag, annoying. I don't even know what it's for. It's just like he's carrying it nonchalantly, not thinking about it, because I don't see anything on track or off track.
Braking the red and off the brakes.
Could have been a little wider there as well.
It's back on the power.
Brake hard. And this is it. Into the pits. Let's just listen to what he says.
Just to the right, okay. Just 20 miles an hour down the pit lane. That felt pretty slow now. How was that?
Jesus,
That was good, well done.
that was awesome.
All the way to the end past these ones.
Jesus, I'm shaking now.
It's the adrenaline. Just behind that white one if you can. Enjoyed it? That was really good, mate. Well done.
Jesus.
Back to park. Press the button on the top, that's it.
All the way up.
Yeah, that's it. That was really good driving.
That was awesome.
Great. Nice and smooth. You bang on the lines, you've got a really good feel for the car. Some of those braking points, they're going to change in that single seater.
Yeah.
So where I was telling you later on that, just adjust it as you think. Start earlier and get yourself comfortable.
Okay, and unfortunately that's where it ends. You don't hear all his talk, all his praise for me. You know, I'd like to think it's not just talking up their customers. I think they give genuine feedback, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet or anything like that, but I think I did pretty well. Mainly just on the lines, what compared to what I've seen other people do. Now you do get feedback. Okay, so scored here, obviously out of 10. 8 on approach, 7 out of steering, 7 out of gear change, 7 lines, 7 braking, 7 pace. Which I'd say, I don't know, is that good? But you go on to the next page, and these are out of 5. Nothing below 4. So here's your strong points and your corners. But the point I took away was I got 79 out of 100, and obviously I said, is that good? Sadly didn't capture this on camera. He said yes. He said there's a first time when no one gets above 80 really. So I took, if 80 is your top score for your first time, and I get 79. Just really happy with that, and that's purely the benefit, I would say, of running through it over and over again in the sim, just learning the lines, because that's one less thing to have to really focus on. If that makes sense, that's what it felt like anyway. And it says, well done, great drive, very smooth, good balance. Remember to finish braking before turning, which, yeah, is a problem I have. Sim racing as well, I'm more than trail brake, I know that. I've got to certainly work on that. But yeah, it was brilliant. Now, unfortunately, in the racing car side of things, in the single seater, you don't get any of this feedback. That's what's really missing. Nothing. You jump out, and yeah, if you've got your fast ride, you can go and then do that. But otherwise, you jump out, and that's it. You give your helmet in, just wander off to your car and go home. I mean, if they're on a corporate day, I'm sure they get you all together and talk about it. But if you're just there on a single experience for yourself, it's like get out of the car, right, bye. Which, you know, it'd be nice to have some. I don't know how they do it, because I can't really pay someone just to watch every single person's lap. But I don't know. That's just how it seemed.
Right, start it up. Give it some juice.
And there we go, finally get it started. So here we are in the Sports 2000. Getting in and out wasn't super easy for me. I think I nearly fell over jumping out. But yeah, finally squeezed myself in. I've never really strapped into a race car before, and yeah, with that harness on, you're really strapped in tight, so that's something I do want to want to get and add to this rig. You can see that steering wheel is so low down. It's almost in your lap. I mean, it's tiny rim right in your lap. The gear shift, in fact, you just saw me struggle to get into first. There's no feeling in the gear shift. Down by my right thigh just flops about. No feeling for it. And the brake, yeah, not a lot of feeling in the brake, and terrible compared to the Porsche, really. But there we go. That's just the characteristics of this car. But still a much better experience, a much more fun experience. The thing, the speed, you're so close to the road, everything open around you. It doesn't look as quick as it feels. And look, I get this wrong right at the start. Look, I'm just left of centre. I'm going slow enough. It's not an issue, I'll just put it in there. But I'll tidy up after this. So I don't try and do heel and toe in, even in the Porsche with flappy pedals. I didn't left foot brake. I did initially put my left foot on the brake before we went, but I thought no, I won't try anything like that. I'll just do what 99% of people probably do and save embarrassing myself. So no heel and toe in, and you'll hear me try and kill the gearbox actually several times when I don't rev match, and probably didn't need to drop it into second for the chicane. But yeah, it doesn't look as quick as it feels, but you've got to do this, something like this anyway. And look at the weather. Couldn't have been luckier. Could not have been luckier. There are videos on YouTube of some poor guys doing this in the rain, but you'd be gutted, wouldn't you? Here we go, let's kill the gearbox. Jesus. That's cringeworthy. It's a combination of just not rev matching at all, and for the longest time trying to get into gear. A few times I just can't. I'm like, coasting along pretty much. So here we go. Let's see if we get a better line here. Right there. Done it again, look, no, I'm still not wide. It's not a great start. So I'm actually, in my head at the moment here, I'm just worried about the gear shifter. Is it going to ruin it for me? I can't get the bloody thing into gear. Complete hassle. You get a few more laps, it seems to go on a lot longer than I thought. The Porsche thing was over instantly, but this you get, 5 laps? 6 laps? 5 laps, I think. But it felt a good amount of time on track. Because you're not counting. Each time I went round, I'm looking at the marshal, he's going to wave me in. Oh no, I must have another lap. Oh, another lap. And we've picked up a passenger. It's no longer a single seater. I mean, look at that. Honestly, what are the chances of that right there? Less of a gearbox murder. She goes to me, I've seen your video. It's clear for a bit and then you get a bug just in the corner. I mean, what corner is that? We're all just poodling along here. No one really knows how quick to go. There was talk of a certain amount of revs, but another thing, I mean, can you see it? I don't think you can see it. The rev counter in this is pointless. It's just wobbling pretty much half the range of the gauge, up and down all over the place. Nicely out of the way, thank you very much. So again, third lap in a row where I haven't been on the left, obviously I had no chance that time, but helicopter came up for me, they knew I'd be there. This guy gets out of the way, thank you very much. I hope he got out of the way, just taking that line. Don't know why I waved, he wouldn't have seen that. Another thing I took away from it, force feedback. So many of us have it way too, well not too strong, it's up to you what you have, but in comparison to real life, it's not that hard to turn the wheel at all. Third there, really good itself. Look back to the mod and look at this. The mod's done pretty nicely. Also knew what I was doing with track editing. I'd love to put the cones in. Just record that the layout like this on there. Another merge with the gearbox. I think I even managed to lock the rear wheels for a split second at one point. Just round. Marshall is on the left here, on the way to in. Got the umbrella there. So check that the pit lane is clear, the pit exit. Pick up. Middle of the track. Come on, take it wide. Better. Just picking up a bit more speed. It'd be lovely to just throw out the money and just keep going, because you know you'd improve exponentially with only a few more laps. Every lap you can just a little bit more, and it's got more grip than I even came remotely close to breaking. I don't think anyone spun a car that day. It does happen, obviously, you see on YouTube, but I think anyone did while we were there anyway in the morning. Punish the gears this time. There we go, try and get it in. Changing your way too early. Not as bad, but not good. And if you weren't worrying about speed through the whole start-finish, go a lot quicker through that chicane. Obviously can't go mental, but there we go, so he's telling me to come in, thumbs up. I want to let him know that you've seen it. I don't know what would happen if you said, well, I didn't see it and do another lap. Did I charge you? Probably not. Again, not very wide there. I don't know why I'm not going wide. There. Dig in the pool. that, pretty good. This is the one where you meant to, and I think I did focus on it, you know, get your steering wheel locked, and sort of just keep the lock on and let it drift out. Which I do for the most part, which I'm happy with compared to others I've seen where you're twitching it left and right constantly. Again, that's just from sheer practice and confidence that the track's going to still be there. That's really it. And I think one last chance to blow up the gearbox. Gave it a good go there, really good go. But we're still rolling. Okay, so look, not the best laps known to man, but I really enjoyed it. That's the most important thing. You know, I had a great day. I loved it. You've just got to do it. You just got to do some sort of track day. This is just a few pictures my bro took as I'm driving around. Loved every moment of it, and by doing the whole road to Thruxton 3 parts that I've done, not just only maybe gave a bit of entertainment to some people, but for me extended the one-day experience through a lot longer. You know, building up the anticipation, learning the track. Really enjoyed the whole thing, and you know what? I do want to try and maybe get another track day booked somewhere else, do the whole thing again, and just repeat the experience. Learn about the place, drive the place, you know. So I highly recommend it. Having driven on the mod so many times and then being there for real, it's a real experience, you know, and so much of it is the same, and not just recognisable, but the details, you know, as you're going around, you're picking them out. I didn't see if the toilet block's there. I didn't think they'd fancy me driving up the wrong way and scooting around the buildings, so I didn't bother with that. And here I am, showing my sheer agility for getting out of the car. Oh, yeah, run it off. So thank you for watching. If you're still here, if you've seen all 3 parts, if you enjoyed them, I hope you did. Hope maybe gave you some information and inspiration to do a track day, whether it's there or anywhere else. Just do it. If you've ummed and ahed about it, just do it. And I've loved every moment of being on track and getting myself ready for it. So in the end, can I say it made a difference? I've got no way to really know. I'm sure it did in myself. I can't prove it, but that's how it felt. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.